Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the online meeting of Speakers Community Toastmaster Club. I am pleased to be your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. In the online meeting environment, there are a few instructions that we follow. I request you to rename yourself. All Toastmasters can prefix TM to your name, and guests can prefix guests. I also request all the speakers and role holders to prefix their role to their name so that it's easy to identify them. I give you 10 seconds for this activity. All speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check before they start their speech. Echoes will confirm on the settings. I would request you not to type in the chat box when a speaker is speaking, as it disturbs the speaker. You can use a private chat box to provide feedback. You are all requested to keep your audio on mute in case you are not speaking. Please refrain from unnecessary movements or sipping on drinks if your video is on. Please turn off the video in case you need to do so. Do not click on share screen unless your speech or role requires you to do so. You can display a high five or namaste when taking over or leaving from a role. You can connect with the tech master for any technical glitch. The tech master for today's meeting is myself. If you are a speaker, then please ensure you pin the timer or confirm that the same is visible at all times. This meeting is being recorded. In case you have any reservations, please let us know. You can network during the break and after the meeting. Let me share the mission of the club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Today we have with us Toastmaster Monica Mane. She's a part of Toastmasters since January 2022. She is a software developer by profession. Her journey as a part of executive committee started with being Sergeant at Arms. Later on, she performed the role of Vice President Education, and she will be serving as Presiding Officer. I welcome the Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Monica Mane, to take you through the further proceedings. Over to you, Toastmaster Monica.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shefali, and thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. So today we have our meeting on, and first of all, good afternoon, each and everyone. Guys, in Toastmasters, every stranger come with Toastmasters label and become the part of Toastmaster family. The family which built upon trust. Do you remember, guys, in our childhood, our parent used to say, don't talk to strangers and don't take anything if they offer. But Toastmasters is all about give and take. The Toastmaster is all about making good public speakers, good leaders. Once you get successful in our life or in your business, there are many people available to see how successful you are. But you guys only knows who is behind this. A person who believes in you and supports, guides you at each step towards your success. And that person is our none another a mentor. We have Toastmasters. In the Toastmasters, we have mentors to guide you, to inform you. We had an election in our last meeting. I would like to announce the names of our new ExCom committee. At the position of Sergeant at Arms, we have Toastmaster Shefali. At treasurer, we have Toastmaster Rishabh Jain. At the position of secretary, we have Toastmaster Shubham, and at the position of VPPR, we have Toastmaster Deep. At the position of VPM, we have Toastmaster Kishore. And the most important role, the Toastmaster, and most important role, that is the VPE, we have Toastmaster Pooja. And the last, the president, we have Toastmaster Monica. This is our new ECOM committee, will be functioning from 1st July. Congratulations each and everyone. And let me take this stage and let me tell you, we have the mentors to guide our EXCOM. For this, we have TLTP, that is Toastmasters Leadership Training Program. I will announce the date and time once it is released. Now, let's move to the next session to hand over to Toastmaster of the Day. Let me give the introduction of Toastmaster Manoj. He is on Toastmaster journey since June 2016. He passionately pursues his quest to enhance the 4 skills of communication, LSRW, that is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. As a mark of gratitude to Mother Nature, he has been consciously reducing his carbon footprints by pursuing minimalism and veganism. It's a great. Please give the round of applause to our new ECOM team as well as the today's anchor, that is none another Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you, Presiding Officer.
Over to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Great to be introduced by you, Monica Mane. We have been meeting each other off and on, off screen, or on screen rather. And today it's great to be being here, to be hosting the meeting. So let's all pull out all our stops. Let's pull out all our stops and exuberantly participate to make this meeting, 105 meeting, a great, great success. And that can happen when we all participate wholeheartedly to make this meeting a success. Now, the theme that has been chosen for this meeting, and the first meeting in the first ESCOM, congratulations to each one of you, and especially to Monica Mane, the presiding officer and the president of the club. So the theme that I've chosen is mystery of a model. Mystery, you know what a mystery is. Model is something opposite of mystery. When everything is spoiled, you don't understand what it is. Of course, mystery also, you don't understand what it is. Model is when our mind is totally blocked. You have made a mess of it. That's a model. Now, if I can ask you all, what do you think is a mysterious thing in the world? You can unmute and tell me, what do you feel is the most mysterious?
Life is itself a mystery.
Life is itself a mystery. Thank you, Sefali, the intelligent girl who opened the meeting. Life is a mystery, no doubt. A tiny little thing grows up, becomes an embryo in the womb of mother, comes out as a baby, It's a mystery. A tiny little seed planted on ground sprouts out, become a plant, grows to become a tree, gives out flowers and fruits. It's a mystery. How it happens? It's a big question mark. So when something is a mystery, we need to wonder at it. Once that mystery is lost, life becomes a model. As a little child, little baby, it said a little child asks so many questions that the adults won't have answer to. Yes, as a little child, we ask our father, our parents, our mother, what is this? What is that? But as we grow, that questioning attitude stops. And then we make a mess of our life. Talk about any kind of relationship. Maybe the relationship between a husband and wife. When it sprouts in the beginning, each one is eager to know each other. So there is a lot of love between both of them. But as it progresses, that element of mystery vanishes. Then starts creeping in the mud. I hope you agree with this. Someone said, in the first year, she speaks and he listens. In the second year, he speaks, she listens. In the third year, both speak and the neighbors listen. Maybe in the fourth year, no one speaks. Anyway, so what is mystery? In Mahabharata, there is when the Pandavas were in 12 years of exile into the forest, one day their wife, Draupadi, was very, very thirsty. So the youngest brother went to the nearby lake to fetch water, but didn't come back. Then the next one followed. Then the next one. Because four of them, four brothers, followed each other. Fetch water, no one came back. The last one was the eldest brother, Yudhishthir. He went near that lake and wanted to bring that water. Then he heard a sound. He looked around, he couldn't see any person. He saw a crane standing over there, a beautiful crane, standing on one leg and speaking, a speaking crane. The crane asked, better you answer my questions before you toss that water, or else we are going to die a death like your brothers. Yudhishthira was a wise man. So he said, okay, I'm ready to answer your questions. And the crane asked, what is news? News is an acronym for North, East, West, and South. And Yudhishthira said, time is a great cook. It's cooking. And once it is cooking, what it's cooking with? It is cooking in a pan. The pan is the world of ignorance. The pan is the world of ignorance. The fire is that of the sun. Fuel is days and nights. And the ladle that it's using cook is months and seasons. So who is being cooked? Humanity is being cooked. So what is the mystery? The time. In fact, one of the questions was, what do you wonder? What is the most wonderful thing in the world? Yudhishthira goes on to say, every day living beings die. But human beings think they're going to live forever. Once we forget this duality of life, then we make a model of our life. More of this once I come back again. Now, the flow of the meeting, there'll be 3 segments as usual as the Toastmasters meeting all around the world follow this pattern. The first segment is that of the prepared speeches. And today we have got a wonderful speaker who is beginning her journey with her first speech, if I'm not wrong. It's a kind of icebreaker. And what is icebreaker? Icebreaker is a specialized ship that is used in poles to break the ice to make a pathway for other ships to follow. You break the ice, you get at water. Water is life-giving. So today somebody is going to attempt that ice breaking and give a first speech, the first milestone in his or her life. So I request everybody, once the speech is over, we should give it. We cannot give a standing ovation as we give in the physical meetings. So we'll give a kind of clap, virtual clap to her or him. Next, we have got a impromptu segment of TTM table topics, where we are going to think on our feet. And lastly, most important segment is that of evaluation. That's going to be done by the general evaluator, Toastmaster Sai Kumar. Before proceeding further, I would request Toastmaster Sai Kumar to introduce his teammates, the tag team, the timer, our counter, and the grammarian. Toastmaster Sai Kumar, instead of me taking and introducing them, I think it will be better if you introduce your team.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. Okay, so as a general evaluator, my role is to evaluate the entire session. So to evaluate, to help me, I have a team of evaluators and tag team. First, I will start with the timer. Timer is played by Toastmaster Shefali. I would like Shefali to set the timing guidelines for speeches. Over to you, Shefali.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Welcome, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the timer for the day. It's the timer. My duty is to time the prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. For prepared speeches, the time allotted varies as per the project and will be stated by the evaluator. For instance, for an icebreaker, the time allotted is 4 to 6 minutes. For table topics, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. For evaluation, time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. Speakers must meet the specific time limit to qualify for the awards at the end of the meeting. I will display the green screen at the minimum qualifying time, yellow screen at the midpoint of the qualifying time range, and the red screen at the maximum qualifying time range till the end of the speech. For prepared speech and evaluation, the speaker has 30 seconds grace before the minimum qualifying time and after the maximum qualifying time. For table topics, there is a grace of 30 seconds only after the red screen is displayed. All speakers who continue to speak beyond the 30 seconds grace will not qualify for the vote. I will report the time taken by the speakers when called upon you. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shefali. You explained that in very detail about the timing guidelines of all the 3 segments. Okay. The next tag player is role bearer is the R counter, who will count the number of pillars and R's. To introduce the R counter, I will welcome Toastmaster Mitali on virtual speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, the purpose of the R counter is to note the word sound that are used of crutch and phases of filters by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for an overused word including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds including and will also note when a speaker report a word on a phrases such as I, or this means at end of the meeting. I will report the members of time and each speaker use their expression. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Hello, done.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mitali. And the last tag player role bearer is Toastmaster Shweta. I would like to introduce Toastmaster Shweta to share the word of the day and phrase of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Shweta.
Good English, well spoken and well written will open many doors than a college degree. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the grammarian for the day. As the grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misuse of English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. So for today's meeting, the word of the day is exuberant. It's an adjective. We can use it as a noun in the form of exuberance. We can use it as an adverb as exuberantly, which means full of energy, excitement, cheerfulness. We can use it like he's an exuberant dancer, or his exuberant personality makes him fun to be around. Okay, it's coming to the phrase of the day. Phrase of the day is pull out all the stops, which means to do everything you can to achieve something. The use can be the company pull out all the stops to advertise their new product, or the police pulled out all the stops to find the thief. I would encourage speakers to use the word of the day, and I'll give the report at the end when called upon during the meeting. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shweta, for introducing the word of the day and phrase of the day. So let us pull out the stop and kickstart the meeting. So we will start with the first round. So I will go back to Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Sai Kumar, for introducing the tag team as well as your role. Now, coming back, what is our life? Human life is a journey from B to D. B stands for both. D stands for death. In between, we forgot about C. C stands for choice. So we can choose to be unhappy or we can choose to be happy. So for today's meeting, to make it a success, let's exuberantly embrace success, happiness, and contentment. At the same time, let's pull out all the stops and participate with wholeheartedly to benefit us and benefit everybody around. With that, we go on to set the ball rolling with the first segment of the prepared speeches. There, before I call out the first speaker, I'll request the evaluator, Toastmaster Kishore, if you could tell us the evaluating guidelines for the first speaker.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Speaker 1, Akshaya Krishnan, will be delivering her icebreaker speech today. This timer, please note, the speech time is 4 to 6 minutes and the speech title is The Naughtiest Girl in the World. The purpose of this speech is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Now I would like to call speaker Akshaya Krishnan. Akshaya Krishnan, the naughtiest girl in the world. Akshaya Krishnan, the naughtiest girl in the world.
Kishore, you have to hand over to me. I'll introduce the speaker.
Okay, so over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Kishore, for telling us the evaluation guidelines. And as you look forward to listen to the first speaker, Akshay Krishnan, who takes her first baby steps in Toastmasters, or it's a repeat, I do not know. But any kind of icebreaker is always a baby step. And that goes on to make a giant step in times to come. So Akshay Krishnan is attempting from engaging humor, the pathway, engaging humor, and the topic, the naughtiest girl in the world. The naughtiest girl in the world, Akshay Krishnan. The stage is all yours.
Let's take you back to a little bit of earlier time. So this little girl was born on the 2nd of Feb in 1996. And soon after a couple of months of being born, she was moved to a whole new country away from India. So her parents took her there and she was raised in a very happy, nice environment. And soon as she grew up, she started to become very, very naughty. Her major, most favorite thing to do in the world, especially when her parents and her grandparents took her shopping, was to run away. Now, where would this little young girl run away? She'd run and hide between clothes. And it is very difficult to find a little child who's hiding among various pants and shirts because they're so small, they're so tiny, you can't find them. And this little girl will do this every single time they went shopping. Now, imagine the scared you will feel as a parent that your child is missing in a shopping mall. Now, where would you go and look for this child? And how would you look for this child? Well, the one thing they did was they put anklets on this little girl. And these anklets make a huge amount of noise because tiny little bells would make a lot of noise. Now, one time, what happened was this girl again ran away. The one parent was looking on one floor, the other parent was looking on the other floor, and the grandmother was looking on the third floor. Now, all three of them were looking for a girl in 3 different floors. And this little girl was being very quiet, and she was hiding between a pair of pants on the 3rd floor. Suddenly, the grandmother was near the area that she was hiding, and just close to the pant, maybe about a few feet away. This kid couldn't keep her excitement contained. I mean, they're so close to finding her. It's like a game of hide and seek for this child. And they're so close to finding her. And then out of maybe with overexcitement, she moved her leg a little. And her grandmother heard this noise. And she found her. Now, after this incident, that child got a thrashing for her life. Hiding away, running away from her parents, they were upset, angry, of course. But this little kid was seeing it as a game and she got a thrashing. But this didn't deter this little girl. She had done this multiple times, many other places. One other incident was they went shoe shopping. Now, all 3 of the adults, the mother, the father, and the grandmother, were downstairs trying on shoes. This little kid, out of sheer curiosity, climbed up the stairs. There were these multiple bars on the staircase, and she managed to get her head stuck between 2 bars. And unfortunately for her, she was on the 1st floor, which meant below there was nothing to catch her. Her head was sticking out, and the rest of her body was on the 1st floor. Now, once her head got stuck in, they couldn't get her out. It took about an hour or so for parents to get her out. And even after this, she got a thrashing. And yet, this girl did not stop being naughty. I hope from by now you guys have guessed that that little naughty girl was me. I have done various kinds of things like this and drove my parents absolutely up the walls with every single thing I've done. But one thing was I really would give my younger self a kudos to is that I pulled out all the stops. I did not stop anywhere when it came to being a naughty child. The one other incident of mine that I had done was if many of you remember now, SL World is closing. But when I was young, it was very popular, very popular. A lot of people used to go there every summer. It would be jam-packed with people. So one time when we came back from summer vacation, I was about 8 or 9 years old. We came to India for summer vacation, and my mother, my aunt, and my cousin, the 4 of us, we went to SL World. And in SL World, there are certain rides that are adult-specific only, no young children would be on. And I, being a very child who couldn't sit in one place, I couldn't wait for the adults to get through that ride. So what did I do? I ran from across one end of SL World to the other end of SL World, where the kiddie area was there. I sprinted so fast, by the time they even climbed the steps, I was gone. And they spend the rest of the time during SL when it's supposed to, when you're enjoying yourself, they spend the rest of the time looking for me. And then finally, in the announcement, they said that there was a little girl wearing this light pink shorts who was playing around in the kiddie area. So basically, I enjoyed myself in SL1 and made sure none of the adults enjoyed themselves. So this is the kind of girl I have been. I've always been very, very naughty. But over the years, that has reduced. Thank God, my parents will breathe a sigh of relief for that. That I have reduced my naughtiness only to now maybe scaring them a few times when I come out of a dark room. So instead of running away, I just scare them now. So that's the only extent of my naughtiness. So I have truly, according to my parents, been the naughtiest girl in the world. But after all of that, I look back at my childhood and realize I did have fun. I enjoyed myself. Okay, to many people, it would not be enjoyment, especially my parents, but I enjoyed myself. And then I grew up getting through. I came back to India from abroad when doing my 11th and 12th, and then went on to do hotel management and then digital marketing and MBA and all of this long journey ride that has been there. And now currently working in a big fabric company. And all I can say is, I want to go back to being a child. I do not want to be an adult. This last 2 years of working has made me feel that the entire mystery of life is not actually any mystery. As soon as you become an adult, you want to become a child again. And I can attest to this because I do not want to be an adult today. I want to go back to being a child and go back to tormenting my parents by running away. So that is why the title of my speech is The Naughtiest Girl in the World. And yes, I am agreeing that I am the naughtiest girl in the world. And so will my parents. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So you have got the club should be happy. You've got your next champion humorous speaker. And she choose the right path, engaging humor. And I think she has aced it. I think from start to end, I had a smile on my lips and in between us giggling away to glory. And yes, we all need to go back to our childhood and start wondering at the mystery all around us. Because as we grow old, we stop getting mystified. So as she is trying to go back to her childhood, I think we all should join that bandwagon and join her in that mysterious journey back to become small little kids again. Now, somebody else, okay, before that, may I ask the timer whether the speaker has qualified?
So the speaker took 6 minutes 30 seconds for her speech.
How much? 6 minutes?
30 seconds. Sorry, 13 seconds.
6 minutes, 13 seconds. The time limit was 4 to 6 minutes, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so she is qualified. Great. So congratulations, speaker number 1, Akshaya, you are qualified in your first attempt. It was a lovely rendition on your part. Now, somebody who conquered half the world, Alexander the Great. He also was searching for immortality. And some people said his mother, in fact, told him, if you go to India, conquer India, there are a lot of sages who can teach you the secret to longevity, secret to live forever. So he came searching for that secret to India. And once he reached India, he sent his followers, go and search a sadhu who can tell me how I can live forever. So his soldiers went about searching for somebody, found somebody underneath a tree meditating. And they demanded of him, come with us, our king wants to meet you. The sage opened his eyes and said with a smile, If somebody wants to meet me, he better walks over here. I don't feel like going anywhere. Then those fellows had never heard this kind of answer. They took out their swords and threatened him. We are going to kill you if you don't obey our orders. The sage again with a smile said, kill me? You're frightening me of death. Death is a part of life. The day a person is born, the next step is a step toward death. This duality exists. If there is night, there has to be day. If there is life, there has to be death. So I am not afraid of death. So those people had never encountered anyone with this kind of bravery. So they went back to their king, King Alexander, and told him, Alexander, this is what we encountered somebody, but is not ready to come. I think we need to walk up to him. So Alexander, along with his followers, went to him and asked him, tell me the secret. I demand of you, I beseech you, I request you, tell me the secret. And then the sage told him, okay, I give you this direction, go over there. There's a cave. Inside the cave, there is a hidden lake. You need to drink that water to become immortal. So Alexander traveled to that lake. He was about to drink that water when a crow seated over there started rather it started speaking. Told Alexander, don't drink that water. For millions of years, I did that mistake of drinking that water. I'm stuck over here. I cannot die. I'm fed of living this life. So don't do this mistake. Alexander said, I have only conquered half the world. I want to conquer the whole world. Become the emperor of the universe. Then the crow said, then what? Then what is a big question. So death makes life beautiful. Sadness makes happiness understandable. If the opposite is not there, you won't be able to appreciate the other thing. If there is no bad, you won't understand what goodness is. So once we realize this duality, I think we'll lead a contented life. Okay, now let's go to the next stage. Let's pull up our socks and pull out all stops to go to the next step. Next is our wonderful segment of TT segment. And to conduct that, we have got a young man, a bright young man, TMOD. Please take on the stage and set it on fire.
Thank you, Manoj, for the introduction. So, being Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm TMOD and I'm the table topic master for the day. This is an impromptu session of a Toastmasters meeting. It is an interesting session which will give a chance to Toastmasters and guests to sharpen their listening, thinking, organizing, and speech delivery skills. For table topics, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. Green screen to be showed at 1 minute, yellow screen at 1.5 minutes, and red at 2 minutes. A grace period of 30 seconds is given to qualify for the vote. Speaker has to speak for a minimum of 1 minute to qualify for the voting. All speakers are requested to use the word of the day. I encourage members and guests to volunteer for the session. Let's begin with the session. Is there someone who would like to volunteer for the first speech of Table Topic Master?
If no one takes, I can take it on. There.
Okay, great. So our first question is, if the world was ending in the next 24 hours, how would you spend those hours? I'll repeat, if the world was ending in the next 24 hours, how would you spend those hours? Over to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you so much. If the world is ending, I think every second we are ending and we are reborn. As I'm speaking to you, millions of cells have renewed within myself. Yes, millions. I'm a new me every second. You are a new you. Everyone in this screen is a new one every second. So if world is ending, I'm going to spend that time with myself. While looking outside, yes, there is a beautiful nature. Nature is wonderful. It's a mystery that need to be revealed. But the most mysterious creation in this universe is human being, you and me. And for me, the most unique creature is that person who winks at me when I look at the mirror. So I'd like to discover and understand myself when I've got few hours left, to be with myself and enjoy myself, to romance with myself. I've been doing that so often. I call it romancing with my 3 begums, and they make me feel like a badshah. If you are curious, who are those 3 begums? The first begum is my body, my constant companion for my birth till I exit from this world. Next is my breath. And third is my brain or the mind. So those few hours that I'll be left with, I would like to romance with my 3 begums, my body, my breath, and my brain or the mind. To fill myself with happiness and to radiate it all around so that I can leave my footprints on the sands of time for other people so that they can also follow my footsteps, to enjoy the life that they have got as a blessing. So each second of our life is a blessing. It's full of blissfulness. Only thing, we need to accept life as it comes. Look around and see what a beautiful world is this. What a beautiful life we have. And imagine the uniqueness, realize that uniqueness that we have. Then life becomes beautiful. I think I'm going to do that for the few hours I'm left with me. And I'm going to teach this to other people like I'm telling this to you all. So that you also follow me, enjoy the life, and start radiating happiness and bliss all around. Thank you. Over to you.
That was amazing, Toastmaster Manoj. Really, really well spoken, right from the heart. Do we have another volunteer for the table topic?
Yes, there. I'm in.
That's great, Guru. So your topic would be, if you were allowed to time travel, would you travel to the future or to the past, and why? I'll repeat. If you were allowed to time travel, would you travel to the future or to the past, and why?
Thank you, Dheer. This topic is very amazing. It's I would like to go to the past because I think that some of the memories that I have, I could have done something in a better way that would have changed my future. I would not like to go in the future because I want to create it. If I will go there and then I will judge, okay, this is happening, it's not happening, that I don't want to. Like I can say, when I was in the school, I was totally a studious person and I was a less interested in the sports and all. So I would like to go in my past and do such things, be more involved in the co-curricular activities. I was the topper, but I was not that communicative. I was not that extrovert. So I would like to change the past because automatically, if I will change the past, my future is going to change. And I would also like to say that future is in our hands. The actions that we take today is going to define it. Like if, for example, I also want to spend my time with my grandparents.
in all the studies and all, I didn't find the importance of my family. Like I was with them, but I could have been with them for more time. In future, I'm not going to get my grandfathers and grandmothers back, but in past, I will get time to be with them, to spend some more time with them. So yeah, this is the answer. I would like to go in the past, not future. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja, for volunteering. That was a really well spoken and well thought of answer. Do we have another volunteer for the next table topic? Would someone like to volunteer? TM Shweta, would you be comfortable with the topic?
Okay.
Great. So the next topic is, if you could exchange your life with a person for a day, who would it be and why? I'll repeat the question. If you could exchange your life with a person for a day, who would it be and why?
Okay. Okay, thanks, Deer, for such a not a easy topic, I must say. If I have to change my life with someone, I don't like to change myself with anyone because I am good in the way I am. And I would definitely like to make myself better by maybe getting inspiration from good people. And the people who have inspired me, I would like to get some inspiration. I would like to make my life better in that way. There are certain things, of course, that I think I am not doing the right way, but I try to do, but of course, I'm not I'm following the paths, but sometimes it's like you want to do things and there are things which pull you back and you are not able to make that path. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Shweta, for participating. That was really nice. I think we have time for the last question for a last table topic. TM Sai Kumar, would you like to participate? Great. So our next question is, what has been that one incident in your life that has, what has been the one incident in your life that has changed your perspective about how you think about life? I'll repeat. What has been the one incident in your life that has changed your perspective on life?
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Dheer, for sharing the topics. In our life, there are so many incidents which we come across. So many memories are bound with each other, with our friends, family members, relatives, and so on. But there are some moments which always stay close to our heart. Maybe 1, 2, or 3 in our entire life. I face such situation in my life during my college days. Okay. The thing is that I was an average student, not good in academics. I was a bit average student. So the 1 year there was a semester I have failed in one subject. Okay. So I was having that regret of losing a year not thinking about all kind of negative thinking, what people will think and that. But what there was one person, my mom, who stood with me. She said, "These are the learning lessons. Sometimes you may get success. On the other hand, sometimes you may get failure. But you should not need to stop there. Just take this as a stepping stone. Just pull out a stop and just move ahead." From there, that was a turning point. The incident, I would say, again, I started focusing on my weakness, find the alternative. For each problem, there is always a solution. Find an alternative. And somehow, after gathering all hope and confidence, I was able to crack that examination. So that was the turning point, I would say, in education. From there, I started, kept on doing so many courses. Still now, I'm studying whatever comes in my office work. Also, if there is any kind of course, I do. So that was a turning point, and this always stood with me as a lesson also. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai Kumar, for giving an insight in your personal life. I would request the timer to share the timings.
Hi, Toastmaster Deer. Can we have one more volunteer?
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, it's a Toastmaster Monica.
Great. So, Toastmaster Monica, your question is, if you could change any one decision in your life, what would that be? I repeat, if you could change any one decision in your life, what would that be?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deer. It is a wonderful question and it is absolutely relevant to me. So, the one decision that I could change, actually, I think I have done it already. When I was in 10th, there was our relatives, so-called relatives, come to our family. And you know, guys, the girl from village and Gao, they always, I don't know what happened to them, but they look down upon the girl and force her to marry. But luckily, I got escape from that trap, and I think I took a right decision that time, and it changed whole my life. Today, I'm successfully graduated at my home and doing job. So I think that only one decision to not to rush to get married at that little age, I think that decision helped me. That decision changed whole my life, and I'm always grateful to the people who supported that time, especially my family, my parents supported to my decision. And this is the decision that changed my whole life. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica, for sharing. That was a really personal details, and it was really thought-provoking, and I learned a lot from it as how you could have confidence in yourself and take decisions for you. Would someone else like to participate, or we could move to the timer part of this session? Great. Okay, so I request the timer to share the timings of the speeches.
Timer, you are requested only to say if there is a disqualification.
Toastmaster Shepali, you're on mute.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Toastmaster Shepali, you're audible.
Sorry, I'm not getting anyone's voice. That's why I'm not able to hear you. But I have noted the time. I'll tell you. Toastmaster Manoj took 2 minutes 25 seconds for his table topic speech.
Sefali, no need to
Toastmaster
speak out the
Pooja
individual.
took
Sefali, if I
1
can
minute
stop you
40
now.
seconds for her speech.
To listen.
Toastmaster Shweta took 1 minute 25 seconds for her table topic speech. Toastmaster Sai Kumar took 2 minutes 20 seconds for his speech and 1 minute 58 seconds for Toastmaster Monica Mane. Everyone is qualified for the voting round.
So thank you for the timings. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Manoj.
Thank you so much, TTM there, for conducting it so well with topics that are well chosen, that made us think, but at the same time, we're very, very comfortable speaking on those topics. And each one of us, those who spoke, I think we spoke with exuberance, exhibiting our exuberance, and pulling out all our stops to participate wholeheartedly. Now, once God and man met each other, and man started asking various questions to God. The man asked, God, how much is 1,000 years to you? God said, it's like 1 second to me. Then man goes on to ask, okay, God, tell me, how much 1 million gold coins are to you? Now it's like 1 rupee coin to me. Then the intelligent man said, God, please give me 1 rupee coin of yours. And God said, wait a second. And God's second is equivalent to 1,000 years. Okay. With that, we jump on to our last segment. And I call upon general evaluator of today's meeting, Toastmaster Sai Kumar, to take the meeting forward.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj. So we are into the final segment of the meeting. As a general evaluator, my role is to evaluate the entire session. So first, we will start with the prepared speech evaluation, then the tag report, then I will give the general feedback of the overall meeting. So let us start the first segment of this general evaluation round, which is the evaluation. We had only one speaker. Okay, the speaker Toastmaster Akshaya gave an icebreaker, and to evaluate speech, I would like to invite Toastmaster Kishore on virtual stage. Over to Toastmaster Kishore.
Thank you, General Evaluator Sai Kumar. First of all, congratulations to Akshaya for breaking the ice exuberantly. I must say you have pulled all the stops for your speech. There were a lot of good things you did in your speech. The first one is you used hand gestures to tell your stories and deliver them effectively. You also use a phrase of the day in your speech. That was impressive one. Then your speech was well crafted, and you made the audience keep the audience engaged by telling short, interesting, and entertaining stories. So that was a nice part of your speech. There are few recommendations that I would like to tell you, like while giving your speech, it's best practice to stand and deliver. I don't know whether you are standing or not, but by looking at it, thought you were sitting and delivering. So you can practice it from next speeches. You could have asked audience questions to make the session interactive. That is not necessary, but it's better to have interactive session. So I don't know, but I seen very less eye contact. Maybe due to the camera angle, we might not have have eye contact, but it's advisable to place your webcam such a way so you can have eye contact with the audience. When you started, I thought you will be finishing before the time, like your speech delivery was bit at faster side, but you managed to finish within a time and you deliver all your stories within stipulated time. So it's very good for the first time icebreaker speech. So these are the things that I would like to see from in your future speeches, and I wish you all the best for your upcoming speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster, General Evaluator Sai Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kishore. We will hear from Toastmaster Shefali the timing report. Toastmaster Shefali, please share the timing for evaluation.
Yes, the time takes up by evaluator Toastmaster Kishore is 2 minutes 45 seconds.
Okay,
2
qualified.
minutes 45 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. Qualified. So we have speeches, table topics, and evaluation done. Just I want to check with PPA, is there any voting pattern followed? Because there was only one speaker. So do we have best speaker or best evaluator, or only the table topics?
Yeah, Toastmaster Sai. Since we having only one speaker and one evaluator, we are not going to give certificate.
Okay, so we are we open for best auxiliary role or table topics?
Yes, we are open to best table topic, best auxiliary role, and best role pair.
Okay, so when we can announce at the end of my general evaluation, or is there any polling?
End of the evaluation.
If I can say something, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Because anyone who gives an icebreaker gets a certificate as per Toastmasters rule. So the first speaker, the speaker who gave the icebreaker today, she need to be recognized and given a certificate.
Sure. We will be giving all the certificates at the end of the meeting.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So is there any VP, Monica, any voting or poll you will share in this link or will be shared to cast the vote for table topics and best auxiliary and best role bearer?
Yeah, there will be polling. We will have the polls for the voting.
When last, before the meeting adjourns, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your thing, because I'm attending this after a long time, so I was just checking. So the next role bearer is Toastmaster Mitali. I will request Toastmaster Mitali to present the R counter report for the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Mitali.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Shweta, say 4 times and repeat the word but. Monica, say 4 times. Akshaya more than 5 times. Kishore more than 5 times. Pooja, say 4 times, and Sai say 2-3 times, and I was a repeat. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mitali. The last role bearer for tag team is Toastmaster the grammarian. I would request Toastmaster Shweta to present the grammarian report, please. Over to Toastmaster Shweta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai Kumar. So coming to the report, I have noted down the word of phrase usage, word of the day usage, and the phrase of the day usage. So word of the day has been used by Toastmaster Manoj 2 times, and it has been used by Toastmaster Kishore 1 time. Phrase of the day has been used by Toastmaster Manoj 4 times. Toastmaster Sai Kumar used it 2 times. Toastmaster Akshaya used it 1 time. Toastmaster Kishore used it 1 time. Coming to the bad usage of the words, someone used none other mentor. It should be none other than mentors. Then someone used minimalizing. I think it was minimizing. Then someone used to be hosting the meeting. It should be to host the meeting. Then someone used did not came back. So did takes the first form of word. It should be did not come back. Then someone used did not find importance. It should be did not realize the importance. Okay. Then coming to the good usage of word, Toastmaster Manoj used word wonderatic, gripping, wholeheartedly, ball rolling, giggling out of glory, mystified, conquered, immortality, longevity, encountered, beseech, contented, pull up our socks, renewed, radiant, blissful, exhibit our exuberance. Toastmaster Akshaya used curiosity, head stuck, thrashing, jam-packed, sigh of relief, tormenting. Toastmaster Pooja used extrovert, studious. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Sai Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shweta, for the grammarian report. Now I will start the general evaluation feedback. So the meeting started on time. So I was there. I could see the session link was open 15 minutes before the time. Means it was 3:15. The meeting room was open, and the VP or I said Sergeant at Arms have already shared in the group. So good job. And with the help of Tech Master, it was well set on time. So the meeting started on time. Toastmaster Shefali explained the rules and guidelines of and narrated the mission of Toastmaster of Club. Coming to the next role bearer, Toastmaster Monica. So what I like is introduce with a short anecdote, means to grab the attention, and as a motivation, normally presiding officer share a short story, essay, audience attention, and for guests also motivation. Good job. And what I like is you connected with the mentoring in Toastmasters. So that was well done. Great job, Toastmaster Monica. Okay, and only thing what we do, the presiding officer do is they check for guests or something. I know there were no guests. If there are guests, we also start with guest introduction. So if you have any guests, you can start with the guest introduction also, how they came to know about the Toastmaster meeting. Coming to the next role bearer, Toastmaster Manoj, introduce with the theme, very good theme. Okay, and in the beginning itself, Toastmaster Manoj, the TMOD, interacted well with the audience with various situations about the theme. Maybe a past of Ramayana, Mahabharata, or maybe some other anecdote I can see. Okay, so it was well structured. He had a good structure of his TMOD session. Okay, and later he also explained about the 3 layers of Toastmaster meeting, the structure of prepared speech, table topics, and the general evaluation. Great job done, Toastmaster Manoj. Okay, what I find is that if this theme is with related theme, okay, like in the beginning, also in the middle and last, you could also interacted well with the audience in the form of 1 or 2 questions. Because what happened, I mean to say, the second speaker was not available, means backed out. So we had time for you could have added more time in your content. Okay, so with 1 or 2 interaction at the second segment and at the last segment. Very good job, Toastmaster Manoj. Coming to the timer, Toastmaster Shefali, well done. You did a double role, I would say. You opened the meeting and also you did the role of the timer, you explain the timing guidelines of all the 3 segments: prepared speech, table topic, and general evaluation. One thing what we were discussing in the middle, like you say, when you are giving a report for timing, just mention so and so Toastmaster have qualified, and if there is any disqualification, there is one disqualification on the basis of time. No need to present individually, like I took 2.25 seconds or someone took. So you can have a general thing. Everyone is qualified, or if not, someone is not. You can mention there is one disqualification, and you can mention the name. Okay, that was one thing. Our counter Toastmaster Mitali introduced the guidelines, explain about the role. What is our counter role? Now, during the report, what I could suggest, you try to make a brief of our counter report. Example, right from SA, you can write and just continue with a brief report, SA, this much, and come there. So I wanted to say like a little bit a brief introduction and report of all the role bearers. So that was one thing. Well done, Toastmaster Mitali. Grammarian Toastmaster Shweta explain the word of the day and phrase of the day, and I also it was posted in chat box so everyone can see and they could come to know the word of the day and phrase of the day. So, and what I feel is that well, it was very easy. Word of the day and phrase of the day, most of them use word of the day and phrase of the day in their speech. Great job done. One suggestion, one feedback I would say. So when we are presenting the grammarian report, we start with the good usage of the day and while after not so good usage of the day. But we try to avoid anything like bad, some kind of bad thing, or so we can use something like that. Not so good usage of the day was so and so thing. So that was one of the day. It was a very brief report. I appreciate. Great job done, Toastmaster Shweta. Coming to the table topic of master, Toastmaster Dheer. Dheer, as an audience, if for the first timer, what we would like to hear is what is the purpose of table topic, correct? And you explain the purpose of table topic, the 4 objectives very well. Great job. The 4 objectives: listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering, so that even a Toastmaster or a guest could relate the meaning and they can speak on. So you had you have kept a topic of 5 to 6 topics. Great job done. Now, what happens when we give the topics to audience? Okay, so what I felt, you could have clips and reduce the topic, make it short. Next time when you're a table topic master, topics were very simple, but if you read out, then it will take time for the listener or for me to what is the topic, because if the topic was little lengthy at 1 or 2 topics, so you could have cut short the topic and make it a clips. Okay, that was one feedback, Toastmasters of the day. Coming to the speaker, Toastmaster Akshaya, good speech, great job. Congratulations for taking the first step and completing your icebreaker. Welcome to Toastmaster. It was a very good job. Like you shared all the anecdotes of your past where you did, and it was indeed a naughty. I will say, as per your what do you say, the title suggested, it was a very good speech. Toastmaster Kishore, the evaluator, did follow the CRC method. Good, what we say, feedback given to the evaluator, to the speaker. Great job done. So 1 or 2 general what I want to share is I can see the members in this meeting room are 10, and in fact I used to attend regularly. I was a member. And firstly, I forgot to thank VP Monica, who used to continuously post about the roles in the WhatsApp group. And whenever there is a time, I just come up and tell her I am available. Thank you to the immediate past president, Toastmaster Kalpana, also, who kept on asking, and so a very good job done by the XCOM group. And also today is the first meeting of the new XCOM. And I would like to congratulate So only thing like for a meeting, if you have some kind of say, I don't know, the PR to be done where we can have at least 18 to 20 members at present in one meeting. So we can have a guest also who can who will come to know about the Toastmaster, and later they can also, the VPM can reach out to them for a membership. So that was one thing how our VPPR can see and how it can better. Overall, it was a very excellent meeting. I really enjoyed the meeting and a great theme because Toastmaster of the day was explaining it very well, and great job done all the role bearers. Over to back to TMOD, or if you have any voting poll link, please share on the group. Thank you.
Okay, before progressing forward, my thanks to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Sai Kumar. I think it was a very, very detailed report, and he did it with a lot of exuberance and filled all of us with exuberance. And that is what a Toastmaster meeting is all about. We try to find the hidden talent within us. So it gives us a chance to radiate all those talents all around. One correction, like when Monica introduced me, you said to reduce my carbon footprints on Mother Nature. I've been following veganism and minimalism. The word is minimalism. Minimalism is a concept that became popular in 1970s. It first came into the field of architecture. To follow and whatever you construct, it should be very, very minimum designs. Then it went on to painting. Then it was adopted into life of people, where you have very less amount of things and you lead your life happily. Like Gandhi used to do, the naked fakir who gave us freedom from the Britishers. So that is what is called minimalism, and veganism is somewhere when you start not taking even milk from the cows. It's only vegetables and fruits. Anyway, so now coming on to the mystery or a model, as we are getting ready for the poll, mystery or the model. Can anyone in the audience tell me what is the exact time now?
It's a 4:48.
Come again, 4:48.
Yeah.
Are you sure, Monica?
Yeah.
Don't you think by the time you looked at the watch and uttered 4:48, 1 second had passed? Yes, Monica. By the time you looked at the watch and uttered 4:48, don't you think 1 second had already passed?
Yeah, right.
And my question was, can anyone in the audience tell me what is the exact time now? So whenever you talk about time, it's always an approximation. That's the mystery of time. And if you're wasting time, we're wasting our life, because time and life are synonymous to each other. I hope you agree with me. So time and life, they're synonyms. And each second, as I told you in my table topic, each second we are a new me. Millions of cells are getting renewed each second. So that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of our existence. So if each second is a new thing, a new life with a new eye you are looking at the world, why not start looking at it in a different way? Why not appreciate the mystery? You look around, even the grass, the blade of grass, simple blade of grass. Wordsworth in one of his poems ends his lines with, "This simple grass that blows with the wind can bring tears into my eyes." There's so many words in those daffodils, but it was Wordsworth who could capture that beauty. And when you talk about this blade of grass, Walt Whitman, a poet from USA, the poet laureate of USA, he wrote a book of poems, book of verses. The title was Leaves of Grass. In that, I remember one verses when a small little boy gets a bunch of grass and asks the poet, what is this? And the poet says, it's the handkerchief of God. Search in some corner, you'll find a signature. Like in old movies, if you see, if you fall in love with a girl, the girl would make a handkerchief, write her name in one of the corner and drop it so that you can pick it up. So here, the grass is the handkerchief of God. Start searching. In some corner, you'll find his signature. What a wonderful concept. So if you look around, not only we people have wonders and mystery to be unraveled. Even the world around us is a mystery. So let's start wondering and living our life. To start wondering at each other, every day will be a new thing. The love between husband and wife will never become stale. Don't accept each other. Every day is a new thing. Start discovering each other. Start discovering the world around you. Look at it. Don't accept the sunrise or the sunset. Look at them. Pause for a moment. Ponder. When you pause for a moment to ponder, you absorb things. When you absorb like a sponge, you grow. So let's absorb the beauty all around us and start growing. Now with that, I finish up my session and hand it over back to the presiding officer who says he's a ghost trapped, isn't it? So the trapped ghost is now smiling. So over to Toastmaster Monica.
A round of applause for Toastmaster Manoj for wonderful Toastmaster of the day and the wonderful theme of Mystery of Muddle. So now we came to our end session today. We will be launching the polls for the best table topic. I request each and everyone to vote for the best table topic speaker. Thank you. Now we will be launching the poll for best auxiliary role player. Thank you. Now we will be launching the poll for the best role player. Thank you each and everyone for the voting. We can end the poll. So since we have the certificates ready, so let me share the certificates, guys. Our first speaker, Toastmaster Akshaya, gave her icebreaker speech, so it's certificate to her. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshaya, being our first speaker today and for the wonderful speech. Now let's move to our next certificate, that is the best role player. And it is none other our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Manoj. Many congratulations to Toastmaster Manoj for the wonderful theme and wonderful, excellent job today. Please accept
Thank you,
the
Monica.
certificate.
Thanks a lot, Monica.
The next, we have the certificate for the best role player auxiliary. And it goes to Toastmaster Shweta, the grammarian of the day. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shweta, being a grammarian for the day.
Thank you, Monica.
And the last but not least, the last certificate is a table topic math, best table topic speaker, and it goes to Toastmasters Sai.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Sai. So with this, thank you to each and everyone from our tag team, the Toastmaster Shepali, Toastmaster Pooja, and Toastmaster Mithali. The best evaluator today, the evaluator Toastmaster Kishore. First, today he gave the first evaluation and he did a wonderful job. The Toastmaster of the day, you know, all guys, is the best. And the Toastmaster Sai, thank you so much for the best general evaluation. And we will definitely follow the feedback you have given. Thank you so much, each and everyone, for taking up the roles. And the last one, I forget about the table topic master, Toastmaster Dheer. Thank you so much for the taking up the roles and conducting the very good session today. So with this, I would like to end our 105th meeting of the Speakers Community Toastmaster Club. Thank you.